Be constantly good to all and in all situations, and always reconcile and make peace with all before we offer our prayers and ourselves as a gift to God and to others. Dear friends, in today's liturgy, we get inspiration from the Gospel of Matthew chapter 5, verses 20 to 26. And from our first reading of Prophet Ezekiel chapter 18, verses 21 to 28, we are presented with two kinds of people. The first category is the sinful, wicked, bad person who turns away from his bad, wicked, sinful thoughts, his sinful, bad actions and bad way of living, and confesses and reconciles and turns to the good and becomes a good, virtuous, righteous person. This kind of person who changes from bad ways of thinking and living shall live and live well and happily. And the second category of the people is the righteous, virtuous, good person who turns from his good way of speaking and of doing and of living, and he turns and goes to the bad way of thinking, speaking, and doing. We hear the prophet Ezekiel saying that such a person who turns from good way of living to bad way of living shall die, and his good deeds will never be remembered at all. Dear friends, which category am I? Am I the person who is always constantly reconciling, becoming good from my bad way of living? Or I am the one who is remaining in my bad, wicked, negative ways and of thinking, and my way of speaking and doing is all bad, negative, and wicked, and pessimistic? If I am that kind of negative person, then I will die. Actually, I die already now. I don't even need to wait to die later on. Whereas if I am good, I already live now. I don't even need to wait until the end in order to live. I already live now that goodness, that serenity, that peace, and I become a blessing now to the people around me, which is the best thing to be a blessing, to speak well of others and to do well of others every second, every moment, here and now, constantly moving into the life of goodness, our thoughts into good, our actions into good, our words into goodness. That should be our choice every day if we want to live now and forever. And in short, if the bad, evil, negative people confess, reconcile, make peace, ask for forgiveness, change their ways to become and remain good every second, every moment of one's life, that person who remains good and changes from bad to good will live forever, will be redeemed, will be saved, will be healed, will be happy forever, and will live forever. Whereas the good, virtuous people who remain and turn into evil, into their bad ways, and remain in bad ways, will die, and their goodness will not be remembered. So every day we have the choice to remain good, and goodness and blessings will happen to us, or to remain bad and evil, negative ways will happen to us. And the challenge, dear friends, is to stay good, to be good at all times, every moment, every second, until the end, to be good and to think good and to speak good of ourselves and of others, and especially of God, to be good and to do good to all, in all circumstances and in all situations. Dear friends, don't lose your goodness, because it is that good goodness of yours and mine that will save us. Don't lose your goodness because others have lost their goodness. And here comes the blame game sometimes. We say, yes, I am bad, and we begin blaming the bad situation. I'm bad because of my parents, because of my family, because of my relatives. No, each one of us is called individually to rise over our past. No matter what the past could have been, we are there to stand on our ground to correct the past. And if the past has hurt us, we are there to be part of those who heal the past. Because it may be our parents, our relatives could have also, being human persons, could have also made their own mistakes in the past. But many times we stop living, we ourselves, our present, and blaming the past. No, this is a time to stand on your ground with the Spirit in you and me, to correct the past, to forgive the past, to make peace with the past, so that it does not break and scatter our present, because the past is past. And at the same time, to forgive and pray that and heal the past. Be a healer of the past. Don't blame the past at all. Always be good and peaceful right from the beginning of our life until the end, from Monday to Sunday, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, from the morning until night, 24 hours out of 7 days throughout the year. We are invited to be good at all times. And we are invited, dear friends, also to make sure that we end well our lives. But in order to end well our lives, we have to begin well and continue well in order to end well. So live well every second of our lives. Allow the Spirit of goodness to blow in us and reach out to all the people around us with our goodness, so that blessings and goodness can continue be multiplying to others. It's like a matchstick of goodness that spreads and catches fire of goodness to all. Unfortunately, the matchstick also of evil can multiply. Let us multiply. Let the fire of goodness spread all over, not the fire of evil, which can start with you. The fire of evil can start with you. The fire of goodness can start with you. Just as one small matchstick can put the whole bush on fire. So, matchstick of goodness will put the hearts of everyone on fire. Unfortunately, the matchstick of evil and badness can also put every person else on fire with bad things, and we will pay for that bad things, whereas we'll be rewarded for the good that we have been for others. And in today's gospel, we learn on how to be virtuous and good. The gospel says, watch and tame your tongue, your mouth, so that the words that come from my mouth, your mouth, can be words that heal, that build, that are a blessing, that speak well of others, not words that become poison and kill and wound others. We are reminded to be careful when we are upset, angry, and when we can't control our emotions. We end up saying things, bad things that may hurt and wound and scatter others, even when they have done small mistakes. Let's be careful, yes, about our words, because the words may end up killing people and making them even worse than they were. And yet the same words can build, forgive, reconcile, lift up someone who has fallen down. Avoid bad mouthing, like a gossip that pulls others down. Even when they do small mistakes, they pull them down, they put their dignity down instead of lifting each other up. Be a person who always lifts up others, even in their mistakes. Who doesn't make mistake? If everyone who does a small mistake is pulled down, then some of us and some of you who would be having big, huge mistakes would be even pulled even down deeper. And so it's not about pointing fingers. It is about healing others with our words, not with the gossip that pulls down the reputation and the goodness of others. Bad mouthing ends up defaming others, pulling down the dignity of someone and the fame of someone because of a small thing. Bad mouthing ends up cursing others instead of blessing others. Our mission is to bless others, to speak well of others, and to do good to others. That's what a blessing is. These kind of bad words or bad mouthing are not good for others, and they are not even good for our bodies and souls as well. And we'll be judged by the bad words and bad actions that we have expressed to others. Before we say any word, any bad word to others, or do any bad action to the other, think of how the other would feel when we can also put it the other way around, that before you say any bad word to others, think of how the same bad word would make you feel. How would you feel if the same bad word was said to you? If the same bad action was done to you, how would you feel? And if you would feel bad, how why should you say the same bad words to the other? Why should you do the same bad actions to the other if what you are saying will do you bad? If what you're saying will do you bad, don't say it to the others. If it will do you good, then say it to the others. Do that good to others, because you feel good when someone speaks the same words to you. And the gospel teaches us how to be righteous. It means, yes, if we say we love God, we should love also neighbor. Because how can we say we are loving God and we are hating the neighbor? And now that's what we hear, that before we offer any gift to the altar, before we go for any prayers, let us examine ourselves and see if there is a brother who has hurt us or whom we have hurt. It doesn't matter. But the person who is making me uncomfortable, making me not peaceful, maybe it's not my fault, maybe it is his fault, or maybe it is my fault. Whatever it is, if I realize that I have something against my brother, the gospel says, put the gift there. First, go and make peace with your brother and sister. Reconcile, confess. Then come and offer the gift of yourself. The first gift we have to offer in liturgy is our whole selves, body, mind, heart, and soul. Then the gift that we are presenting. Then that case, God will receive our gift, which we are offering because we have made peace, because we have reconciled, because we have confessed, because we have forgiven, and we have shared the forgiveness and peace with the others. So, dear friends, if we want to really make a beautiful, good prayer before God, a good, beautiful offering before God and others, we are invited to first make peace with God, with others, and with ourselves, and reconcile and forgive and receive forgiveness and give forgiveness, in order for us to be blessed even more. We are invited to remove all the blocks from our heart that prevent us from reconciling and make peace immediately, here and now, before it is too late for us and for others. Be quick to forgive, and forgive here and now. And so if I am coming to pray, I'm going to the church, wherever I am, going to pray even in the silence of my room, and I realize that deep in my heart, I am having a fight with someone, I'm not at peace with someone, the Lord says, first be at peace. Then our communication with God will be sweet and lovely. Then we will use even less energy, and we'll enjoy doing the work we are doing and serving people and loving them as God wants. Because our heart is at peace, we have removed all the obstacles, and be always a true instrument that reconciles and makes peace. Greetings from Jerusalem, dear friends.